Hi, Karen with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a cut to you design team scrapbook layout today, and I am using the geometric bauble cut file for my layout today. This was released in December of 2021 as part of the Christmas release, but I am not using this file for a Christmas layout. When I first saw this one, what went straight into my mind was turning these into lanterns that would be cascading through some trees. I had in my mind that they would have, fairy lights all around them and some greenery and things like that. So I had the perfect collection to use for this. I just recently purchased Arty Whispering Woods, I think it's called, the collection, and it's very whimsical. It's got a lot of woodland type pictures and toadstools and fairies and things like that, which were absolutely wonderful, and they have lots of birds and things like that. So I thought that would be perfect for this particular layout today. So I wanted my cut files, so my lanterns, to be attached or flowing off some trees. So I have this this is also a Be Arty as part of the collection stencil, and that gorgeous branch there. So I am creating pulling together my modeling paste and getting to the color that I want to use there. So to get to the color, I have used the mica powder in chocolate, and which was a little bit dark and a little bit grayish once it hit the white of the modeling paste. So then I also then added some Color Artist dye ink in rust, which was obviously quite a browny tone, and that gave me the color that was absolutely perfect to go onto this particular page. It suited the veins that were also amongst the patterned paper of this one. So to talk quickly about my cut file as well, I have backed that with some vellum. I did have an idea in my mind that I might turn it into a shaker pocket, but once I'd added the vellum, I felt that I really loved the look of, you can still sort of see some of that pink tones coming through the lantern, and I thought that any sweet sequence would sort of take away from that. So I decided to stick with the vellum and left it that way. I do add some shimmer, as you can imagine, to the layout with some splatters a little bit later. So don't worry, that doesn't go missing in my layout. So I cover down into sort of, I guess it's a bit of a triangle there that I'm trying to get. I've added that little bit of modeling paste to the bottom there as well, just to make sure that the leaves and the trees are actually going through the entire piece. I have cut the cut files as well into a couple of different sizes as well, just to add some interest to the page. And the photo that I'm using today is a photo of my sister and brother-in-law on their wedding day. They were married almost, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm saying this, almost 20 years ago. Later this year, they'll celebrate their 20th wedding anniversary. They got married on a Greek island. And so very, very special photo for this one. I do scrap their photos quite regularly. I don't have an album for them. When I create, I give them to them, and they have an album that they pull together with scrapbook layouts that I do for them and the family. All right, so to really give this some really lovely tones to this layout, I absolutely adored these gorgeous flowers in the collection. So I have fussy cut those out, and I have popped them up on foam. So with the cut files, I did actually glue those straight down onto the layout. I didn't pop those up. So I wanted to give a little bit of dimension to the page, so added the foam underneath the flowers. So I'm just using cheap craft foam from Spotlight. For those who are in Australia, it is in the craft section, not in the scrapbook section, so the kids craft section of Spotlight. So cheap, so wonderful. I have heaps of it. Couldn't do a layout without it. I think I pretty much use it on every layout. So I just fuss a little bit here with adding in some of the leaves as well, just getting those in the right spots to the layout. I have to say, I really, really love how this one turned out. I know that sounds like I'm being a brag, but I really love it. This was one of those times where what I had in my mind, I actually got down on a page. I so many times have these ideas flowing, and then I can't get them quite right on a page. And this is one I really did see where this was heading, and I really did my best to try to get that to that point. So one of the pattern papers also has some cutout phrases. So I've just cut those out And I've also inked the edges so they pop off the page. And I have popped them up on foam as well, so they've got that dimension across the page. And that means that there's dimension at the very top and at the very bottom of the page as well. And they are just, I've just said, perfect, beauty all around, and to celebrate. I've added in some butterflies as well, and I also added in some of those beautiful birds as well, which I've fussy cut out. So I've added those to a couple of the flower clusters, and one of the butterflies on those flower clusters as well. I also added in some of, on the left hand side there towards where my journaling is, I'm classing it as my journaling, my title page is there, one of those three clear, I don't even know what they're called, I guess clear gems or something. They're see-through, and I thought that just rounded that section off, because the top of the layout had turned out quite busy with all those fussy cut out flowers. I wanted to keep the title area quite simple, just to reflect and just give your eyes a little bit of a rest. And once I'd stuck everything down, I realised I'd covered up nearly all of the pink flowers. So I added just a little bit, just a couple more, just around the page as well, just to add that extra little interest on the page. It's very subtle though, it doesn't really pop off the page at all. It's just, I know it's there, and I think it was a lovely way to finish that off. To completely finish the layout, I add in some gold splatters. That is, I think, Kaiser Mist in gold. And I also add in some white splatters as well. I mean, what layout doesn't need white splatters? And I've used the Dina Wakley white gloss spray as well. I will leave in the description box below all the links to the cut file and to the store, and also the Facebook group where we strongly encourage you to share all your layouts that you pull together for Cut to You. We have a great fun in that group, so please join us there. I have some close-ups for you, so as always, thank you so much for stopping by. Bye for now.